Hi, this is Making Mosaics lessons number 4, and in this lesson we're going to talk about the cleanup of your project and also some handy tips that you can use for your next projects. So when it's dried a bit you can actually polish it up, and you've also got to get all the glue off it. I find a toothpick is good. It doesn't scratch the glass and just flicks the glue off. You can see that's coming up. Yeah, well. This is actually quite time consuming. Every single piece of glass needs to be polished and the glue moved off it. Probably this is the most time-consuming part of the whole process, but really important to get that clean look. This rag's just an old t-shirt that I cut up, which is nice and soft. The reason why PVA is so good to use, its glue is a little bit easier to get off than something tougher. So that's pretty good. I'll wait till the grout dries properly and give it another clean up, maybe with some methylated spirits, and we'll do that tomorrow and we'll finish up. Next we'll just paint the edges and then we'll put the felt pad on. So we're just going to paint the edge and a little bit of the back. I've got a palette, but you could just use a lid. Just around the edge so there's no white bits when I put the felt on, because I'm going to use a black piece of felt. Just going to paint the edges. So all we have to do now is stick our felt patch on the bottom. I'm just going to put the glue straight on it. Just strip that out a little bit, reaches the edges. Okay, just let that dry and then we're done with this one. So we're just going to do the last little bit on our white grouted piece, which is actually a hanging little mirror. So you put your window cleaner on your rag so you don't get it too wet, the piece too wet, and just shine it up. And we're all done. Okay, just a couple of other things I want to show you is how to use a glass cutter. Mine's a bit beaten up. This is the one I've had for 10 years. So the oil goes in this end. Don't put too much in because it always leaks. And you have oil leaking everywhere. Just enough to get it going. And then it's just a simple matter of pushing down and forward. You can see that line skyline there. And then breaking it with your hands. The bigger the cuts, the easier it is to break. If you're doing a small bit, all right, worked okay. There's another one there. Sometimes you will find, like banging it, you can do it. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always break where you want it to. And you can do bendy cuts. There you go. Curves. So I just want to talk about securing your artwork so you can hang it up. And my recommendation is to put your hooks in first. So this is a small piece and I've just used little eye hooks. My preferred product when I do a mosaic piece is to use plywood. It's a lot stronger and less inflexible, more moisture resistant. Marine plywood is even better. Okay, so these are the medium-sized holders, the big eye plate, and I also purchased some small screws, the smallest I could get, but even these will come through. So tip, put your hooks on first before you mosaic it. And you can see they're much smaller, but they're still going to stick through. That's why I recommend you put your attachments on first, because you can always mosaic around that or cut it off. So I'd just like to show you a few of the things that I've done, and you'll see that you can mosaic just about anything. This is an old iron. It's inspired by Alice in Wonderland. It actually was quite difficult to grout. The more 3D you've got, the harder it is to smooth out the grout. But that was lots of fun, and I'm quite fond of buttons. This you can see is a fan, and I even grouted some rope in there. A kettle, as it's water, it's got a seaside theme. My toaster house. And see lots of knicky-knacky things. Like little doors and windows. And these are to demonstrate how I use grout to become part of the image. So I actually use the negative space to make the picture. Some trees. And this one too. So I left this bit empty, just painted, and the grout is quite textural. So there's no rules. Make up your own rules. So thank you for joining me on making mosaics, and I hope you've been able to make your own little project, and all the best with all your next projects.